Imagine dreaming about your perfect job only to be refused, so you have to pick something different from what you had your whole life set up to do. As for Jennifer Peace, who was actively serving, has run into the sad reality of coming out and afterwards being treated differently. In Greenblatt's Transgender Rights Journal article published in December of 2015 on CQ Researcher, states her commanders have known since she came out 3 years ago as a woman, but her peers have been ordered to refer to her as a man. Jennifer's struggle is one of many that happen within or even before entering the military of who have experienced prejudice. With the amount of individuals being denied the right to fight for their country causes there to be a decrease in people capable of fighting because they are deemed unfit. As the number of people continuing not to be allowed within the military continues to rise, individuals that could be sent home are having to stay for longer durations due to the limitations transgenders have on not being able to serve. The Washington Post published a news article in July of 2017, a betrayal of those who serve, that expressed allowing transgenders personnel to serve would result in tremendous medical costs and disruption. As seen in this picture, 2.4 million to 8.4 million is what it takes for someone to transition and is the healthcare costs. 6.28 billion is what the military receives on an annual for healthcare budget. You can see that transgenders only need a small amount compared to what the military receives. As conversations continue on whether or not transgenders should be allowed in the military, medical procedures seem to be the revolving door for accepting or denying individuals as it is too expensive. Burlington published a journal article in August of 2017 on ProQuest called Military Expenses for Transgenders called Negligible, stated he estimated about 188 troops will require gender transition related care each year at a cost of $5.6 million or $438 per transgender service member per year. With the fear of individuals face from fighting against other countries, now individuals have to worry upon whether they'll be discharged or denied due to their gender they identify with. Transgenders should be allowed to serve openly in the military with covered insurance. The limitations transgenders go through to have expenses covered should be removed, as those around don't have any problems receiving any type of care. Continuing, he also mentions 4 years ago the Pentagon eliminated a don't ask, don't tell policy, which prohibited gay and lesbians troops from serving openly and was borrowing similar tactics to dismantle the ban on transgender troops. In this next picture, it shows gay vets supporting trans rights. The military is known to provide their services, health insurance policies for any and all veterans. But what the military doesn't do is ask people who are veterans if they're gay or not. And if they do know, they don't take the care away from them. So why is it such a problem for the transgenders to receive the same amount of care? This would allow the transgender community, not only within the military, to not be seen as an individual that is incapable of carrying out their duties. The U.S. Department of Defense published in 2019 an article, Transgender Persons with Gender Dysmorphia, mentions service members who joined the military in their preferred gender or were diagnosed with gender dysmorphia before the 2018 policy took effect were exempt completely. Mendez in 2014 created a journal article on the Defense Technical Center titling Transgenders in the U.S. Military, which stated 700,000 transgender Americans, representing about 0.2% of the public. 0.2% of the public. In the U.S. military, it is estimated that 15,450 transgenders are serving at its present. As the number of transgenders serving in the military continue to increase, it still isn't enough nor hasn't changed many lives. By the following procedures other countries follow, our country will be influenced by those willing to serve for our country that could so happen to be transgender. Donnelly created a journal article in August of 2017 regarding transgender people allowed in militaries of 18 countries on progress, which meant in 18 countries allowed transgender personnel to serve openly in the military, including Australia, Austria, Bolivia, Canada, Germany. The list goes on. In order for this to work, I am requesting the help of those willing to make an impact on the transgender community. This regulation that is placed on the transgender community needs change, and it's never too late to start. So why not now? ACLU 100 Years is a petition. You can sign up at action.aclu.org to stop Trump's ban on transgender military services. By doing so, not only will this stop an illegal, cruel, and discriminatory policy limiting those willing to fight for our country, but allow them to join. Aside from the petition, contacting Attorney General Becerra at 916-445-9555 will better ensure the change for transgenders fighting for the country that deserves to defend their rights as members that go to enlist like anyone else will to create change for the better. Thank you for listening.